Before this video ends, over 800 people will die somewhere, someplace. That's 2 persons every 1 second globally. Some will die in the hospital bed, some on the streets, and some by their own hands, and most without ever finding what they were searching for. From the last breath of a father, a mother, a son, a daughter, a friend, to the final twitch of a dying puppy, death keeps wreaking havoc. The last chapter of every struggle, a struggle every one of us is caught in, a struggle to live. But here is one question everyone is shying away from asking. Why does life's tiring struggle end inevitably in death? Why do people die? A story was told about a child who stood watching, her wide eyes soaked with tears. The air was heavy with silence, the kind that presses down on your chest and makes it hard for you to breathe. Underneath a towering mango tree, a small candle flickered weakly, its once bright flame now a faint trembling glow. She remembers the last words of her mother and what she had said to her. She had asked her mother earlier that evening why she was crying, her tiny hands tugging at the hem of her mother's wrapper. The mother, a frail woman with kind eyes clouded by sorrow, had knelt to her daughter's eyes. She cupped the girl's face with trembling hands and whispered, "My child, even the brightest flames fight to stay alive until it can no longer." Now alone under the mango tree, the little girl clutched the candle tightly, shielding it from the cold wind. The wind blew violently, and she covered the light as much as she can, hoping her efforts to protect it. But the flame danced erratically, flickering as if it wanted to say something. Then, in one last desperate leap, it went off. Mama said flames fight, the child thought, her heart heavy. But why do they lose? She did not know that the flame story was her story, and the story of every living thing. The candle had not wanted to go out. It had fought, just like her mother who whispered, "I will see you again," before slipping into the eternal stillness. And yet, death seemed to win, stealing the very thing they fought so hard to keep. And the truth is clear to her. People die not because they wanted to die. People die because they wanted to live. Yes, even in suicide cases, deep down in the heart of the victim is the desire to live. They all wanted a life they could be proud of, but their predicament, which does not represent what they yearn for, only breeded more frustration. Unfortunately for them, in a bid to find life, they found death. If you are in the league of those who like killing animals like chicken during the Christmas period, you must have been familiar with the wrangling of the chicken once the throat is slit with a knife. Growing up, I believe that the sign showed that the chicken is conceding to death, more like a dance of death. However, the shocking truth is that the wrangling of the chicken when the throat is sliced is not a sign it is conceding to death. Ironically, the chicken was desperately looking for life. But in a bid to find life, it found death. Looking at a dead man lying lifeless in the morgue, you may be quick to conclude that all what he wanted in his last moment was just to die. So we use phrases like, he fought well, but he finally gave up the ghost, as a way of summarizing the man's story. The truth, however, is this: people don't give up the ghost like we claim. They fight to live. Even in their unconscious state, they fight to their very last breath. But like every other tragic story out there, in a bid to find life, they found it. Believe it or not, every living thing is engineered with this instinct, a common goal, a desperate search to find life, and the human race is not left out. Our daily preoccupation is as a result of this singular cause. We are looking for life in a suffocating world. Our definition of life in our hearts does not juxtapose with our present experience. So we toil each day, running helter-skelter, joining groups and forming societies, looking for life, even in the most uncommon places. The advent of so many religions is still another outcome of this tiring search. People don't become Christians, Muslims, traditionalists, Buddhists, etc. because they want to die. No. Every one of them joined what they joined because they are looking for one thing: life. But from the analogies we have given so far, that you are looking for life is not a guarantee that you will find it. In fact, even the most sincerest of searches will still find death if they search in the wrong places. Unfortunately, many of us are searching in the wrong places, neglecting the fact that it is only the creator of life that should have the patent to life. The blueprint of all that life entails should only be found in his custody. Yet he is ever ready to give out freely to as many that will be wise enough to search in his vicinity. Moreover, he has already formulated an absolute capsule of life in his exclusive laboratory to cure men injured with the fangs of death. He called this capsule Christ and gave him power to give men life. In him dwells in full measure all that life entails, life and peace. John 1 verse 4. In him was life, and the life was the light of men, to give light to them that sit in darkness and in the shadow of death, to guide our feet into the way of peace. That is Luke 1:79. So when next you feel empty, broken, it is your inner self yearning for life. You may respond by doing everything you can to find life. You can start doing some amazing things like giving alms to the poor, helping the sick, joining some wonderful groups and organizations just to find inner peace. But the truth is as clear as daylight. Just because you are desperate to find life is not a guarantee that you will find it if you are searching in the wrong places.